What if a single angry throw sent your little brother hurtling through time forever? The movie begins with a clever, mischievous boy named Theo, always sharper at tricks than at school. He bribes classmates with video games to do his homework and sneaks into his own house by climbing pipes and slipping through windows instead of using the door. One ordinary day on the roof, munching a banana, Theo jokingly tosses the peel downward, and a shimmering portal rips open in midair, swallowing it without a sound. Panic surges through him as he tests it again with roller skates that vanish the same way. Yet a simple stone falls normally. Bewildered, Theo races to his older brother Oscar, desperate to explain the impossible time portal that has appeared in their lives. The brothers live with their grandmother after losing their parents, though their mother's sudden disappearance haunts them differently. Theo thinks she simply left, while Oscar, convinced she was a brilliant scientist obsessed with time portals and wormholes, believes she became trapped somewhere in time. Oscar dreams of bringing her back, fueling the growing rift between them. Tension explodes during dinner when Oscar snaps at Theo for tearing pages from their mother's precious research books to make paper rockets. In a fit of rage, Theo grabs Oscar's beloved pet turtle and hurls it straight into the portal. Regret crashes over Theo as Oscar frantically searches the house and neighborhood, plastering missing posters everywhere and crying endlessly over his lost companion. Unable to bear the guilt any longer, Theo makes the fateful decision. He leaps into the portal himself to retrieve the turtle. Inside, he finds a strange pocket of space littered with everything he had thrown in before: the banana peel, the skates, and finally the turtle. He scoops it up, returns home, places it back quietly, and slips into bed as though nothing happened. The next morning dawns with a shocking twist. Theo wakes to find Oscar fully grown, dressed for work as a physics professor. Unbeknownst to Theo, the portal had hurled him from 1990 straight into 2022, 32 years into the future. Oscar, now an adult, stares in disbelief at the unchanged boy standing before him and faints from the emotional overload. When he revives, trembling, he whispers, "Are you really Theo?" The confusion unravels slowly until both brothers grasp the impossible truth. Time itself has torn them apart and reunited them decades later. Theo, desperate to return before grandmother scolds him, races back to the roof, but the portal has vanished. Stones fall normally now, no disappearance, no wormhole. Oscar explains the harsh reality of time travel. The path that brought you here rarely leads back the same way. Determined to send Theo home, Oscar takes him to his senior professor, only to learn that modern science in 2022 offers no proof of functioning time portals. Disappointment weighs heavy, yet Theo marvels at smartphones, modern streets, and gadgets that feel like magic from another world. A sudden memory sparks hope. Theo recalls hiding a handwritten list of coordinates from their mother's papers inside an old dictionary to prank Oscar. Grandmother reveals she gave the dictionary away to David, the shopkeeper. Oscar warns Theo to stay home while he retrieves it, but Theo, never one to obey, sneaks out to a dazzling mall, gets lost in VR headsets, accidentally breaks one, and forces Oscar to cover the damage in furious embarrassment. At David's store, they learn the dictionary is at his home. There they meet Elena, once a childhood friend Oscar secretly loved, now a divorced English professor and mother of two. Theo is stunned by how beautiful she has become. To avoid suspicion, Oscar introduces Theo as his cousin's son. Elena invites them over, where Theo dives into high-tech video games with her kids, Zan and Brenda, completely mesmerized yet hilariously outmatched. Oscar finally locates the list inside the dictionary, locations of potential time portals scattered across time. They test site after site by throwing objects, but every attempt ends in failure. Frustrated, Oscar recalculates obsessively, while Theo confronts him point blank. Why stay alone? Why never confess to Elena? Oscar brushes it off, convinced nothing can happen now. Undeterred, Theo secretly messages everyone and orchestrates a surprise dinner that warms the atmosphere and brings Oscar and Elena noticeably closer. The next day, Elena takes Theo shopping, and in the dressing room, his funny football commentary triggers her memory. She realizes this boy is Oscar's long-lost little brother. She hugs him fiercely and learns the full truth of the time jump. Oscar proves a new portal exists when a thrown stone bounces impossibly upward. He explains the three types: direct, unpredictable, random jumps, and the deadly, irreversible ones. Theo's original portal was direct, but finding the safe return path remains the desperate mission. Daily research intensifies with Elena joining them regularly. Oscar secretly dances alone in joy at her presence, yet Elena hesitates, terrified that changing the past could erase her children's existence. Oscar vows to protect her timeline no matter what. Theo, inspired, enlists Elena's kids to decode their mother's coordinates. His brilliant logic: if he reaches the past with Zan and Brenda, it proves they will be born, safeguarding their future. Using the map, they pinpoint a promising site by the sea. Filled with excitement, Theo leaps in, followed by the panicked siblings who dive after him to save their new friend. They emerge on a shore where the modern city has vanished, replaced by untouched mountains and wilderness. They have landed in 1949, far too early, victims of an unpredictable second-type portal. Stranded in 1949 with no money, dead phones, and gnawing hunger, the trio hatches a plan, a mind-reading magic show using wireless earpieces and gadgets. Brenda closes her eyes while Nathan whispers names. Theo writes them on a board. Crowds gasp in amazement. Coins pour in, until police arrive, forcing a frantic escape. An unknown man captures them and drags them to a hidden gang hideout working against the government. The gang leader demands answers. The kidnapper claims the children know their secret whistle code, Theo's signature escape whistle, taught by his grandmother long ago. Then a young woman enters the room. Theo's heart stops. It is his grandmother in her youth, once a member of this very resistance group. Overwhelmed, he hugs her tightly, but keeps the truth silent. The gang, protective of ordinary people, decides the children are no threat and keeps them safe. Meanwhile, in 1990, Oscar and Elena arrive searching for the kids and stumble upon young Oscar weeping alone over Theo's disappearance. Future Oscar watches his own childhood heartbreak unfold, tears streaming as the pain he endured for decades crashes over him again in brutal clarity. Back in 1949, Theo asks young grandmother to take a group photo with him, Brenda, and Nathan, promising she will frame it forever. He secretly writes the portal coordinates on the back. Miraculously, in 1990, the photo updates, now including the 3 children beside young grandmother. Oscar and Elena see the clue, rush back to 2022, then follow the coordinates straight to 1949 to rescue them. Gang members, pre-warned by Theo, greet Oscar and Elena with the familiar whistle signal. Reunion brings tears of relief as Elena embraces her children. But Theo refuses to leave. He has grown attached to 1949 life. Oscar's voice cracks with emotion. Even through their fights, he never stopped loving Theo, crying night after night over his absence. Young grandmother appears, leaving Oscar speechless in the face of family history unfolding across eras. A gang member offers transport and reveals himself as Oscar and Theo's grandfather, tying the family to time travel far deeper than they imagined. They locate the correct return portal to 2022. Oscar prepares to send Theo back to 1990 through a construction site gateway, but Theo breaks down, confessing he feels utterly alone in his original time. No parents, no real support, while Oscar in the future reminds him so much of their lost father. Oscar holds Theo close and explains that the younger version of himself waiting in 1990 is just as lonely and desperately needs his little brother. With a shattered heart, Theo steps through. He reappears in 1990, filling young Oscar with overwhelming joy and earning grandmother's fierce love. When she asks where he vanished to, Theo spins a quick tale of gang kidnapping. Frustrated, Oscar hurls their mother's books, convinced she abandoned them, until Theo stops him, recounts every astonishing detail of his journey, and produces the impossible 2022 phone as undeniable proof. The brothers swear an unbreakable pact. No more portals, only cherishing the time they have together. Back in 2022, the adult brothers stand reunited at last. The doorbell rings and Theo grins mischievously, teasing Oscar that his girlfriend Elena has arrived. He nudges him forward, explaining he deliberately held back encouragement earlier to avoid altering her life or erasing her children. But now everything aligns perfectly. Her divorce is final, her kids exist, the timeline is safe. Oscar opens the door, eyes locking with Elena's in a charged, hopeful silence that promises a fresh beginning neither dared dream of before. The weight of decades, grief, separation, and impossible journeys finally lifts, replaced by quiet possibility and the warmth of family reclaimed across time itself. In the final breathtaking moment, a time portal flares open in an ancient, pre-scientific era where humanity knows nothing of technology or physics. A woman steps through, Theo and Oscar's mother, the brilliant scientist who vanished so long ago. Undaunted, she begins teaching the people of that distant past the first sparks of science, planting seeds that will ripple forward through centuries, shaping the very future her sons would one day inhabit. Her quiet determination closes the circle of mystery, loss, and rediscovery, leaving the screen on an image of endless potential born from one family's unbreakable bond. If you could jump through time to fix one moment from your past, what would it be? And would you risk everything to change it? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Smash that like button if this epic journey through decades gripped you. Subscribe to Great Animation Recaps and hit the bell so you never miss another heart-pounding recap. Share this with someone who loves time travel stories and stick around. We've got even more mind-bending adventures coming your way soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.